2, 1. Welcome back to the 52 Weeks to Wealth. This is Wealth Principle 27, the steadiness of your faith. If you've been with us on the journey through the last 27 weeks, we've been talking about the 52 wealth principles that attract money into your life. If you want to become a millionaire, then wealth is an attainable goal. If you want to become successful, well, wealth is probably a good goal to go after. See, money is not just about getting rich, right? Getting rich means you've made a lot of money. Becoming wealthy means you've got health, you've got money, and you got the great relationships that you're looking for. So Wealth Principle 27, steadiness of your faith, actually covers all three aspects. It's not just about money this week. Now, that being said, you will not make money unless you believe you will make money. And I don't want to talk about this in a holistic manner. I'm talking about this in a non-bullshit, straight income producing activity. Is start with the steadiness of your faith. If you believe it's going to happen for you, it will. If you do not believe it's going to happen for you, well, results may vary. It is possible that something will happen for you, but it may not be what you're looking for. So hands to the camera if you are here to make more money. You want to earn more money this year. Excellent, excellent. Hands to the camera if you want to do it with less work. You'd like to put in less effort to earn that money. Less physical effort. Excellent. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're in the right place. And I'm in the right room, which means I'm hanging out with killers, with people who are looking to become more, who are motivated. Through the process of building wealth, I started with nothing. I started broke. Hands to the camera if you've never heard me speak before. If you are new to this community, new to this group, new to this event, I know every face in here. Excellent, beautiful people. So if you're on Facebook Live and you've never heard me speak before, I started from nothing. I wrote a book called Broke to a Quarter Million. That broke was actually worse than zero. I was under zero. See, I'd lost everything in a divorce, and I had to live off of credit cards. So I was building this massive credit card debt, which was almost double what I was earning at the time. And I dug myself out of it, but it wasn't quick, and it was very painful. There was a moment where I realized that either I'm going to dig out of this and be extremely successful, or I'm going to stop. I'm going to give up. And what pulled me through was I thought there must be somebody else out there who's suffering the same way. There must be somebody else out there who hasn't figured out money, who's been working hard the last 10 years and made the same amount every single year. And all they've done is accumulate debt. All they've done is, end up with the wrong person, end up divorced, and a little beat up in life. And I thought, if I could just figure this out, I looked up and I said, God, if you just help me figure this out, give me the answers, teach me how to do this. I'll follow whoever I have to follow. I'll read whatever I have to read. I'll mentor. I'll work for free. I'll do whatever I have to do to figure out money. And if I figure it out, I swear to God, I will teach people. I swear, I promise I will give back as much as I possibly can. I will teach whoever will listen, whoever desires the knowledge, I will give it. And I worked, and it didn't happen for me that year. I didn't become a millionaire that year. But I started doing it. I started taking the right actions, following the mentors, buying real estate, investing in myself, building my business. And year one, I made $17,000. Year two, I made $100,000. Year three, $250,000. Year four, $500,000. And I've continued to continuously grow. Last year, we made $1.4 million, $1.5 million. But I didn't start off with money. I started off broke. But I had faith. I knew in my soul that one day I'd be rich. Hands to the camera if you know that's something you're going to create for yourself. Hands to the camera if you know it's non-negotiable. You're going there. You're getting it. Excellent. Well, that makes you different from everybody else because most people don't believe they'll be rich. Most people have never, ever even considered it. And if you ask them, do they want to be rich? You know what they'll say? Yeah, if it happens. If it happens for me, right? Like, nice, that'd be cool. But they don't believe it in their core, right? They don't know for sure. Like they're like, if it happens, it'd be nice. Hands to the camera if you know somebody like that. You met them, right? Used to be one of them. We've all seen it. Now, the secret to knowing it's yours is there's a process to it. Hands to the camera if you're willing to do that process with me today. If I take you through the steps. Excellent. So I will do that. I commit. I will make sure that I go through that process of how to recharge. But before we do that, I want to identify whether your faith is good enough, whether you believe enough in the project. And by the way, here's how you know. If it's something you don't have yet, you might want to write this down. She won't, right? Kim's already nodding her head. I know she sees it. If you don't have what you're looking for, your faith is not big enough. It's not hot enough. It's not burning. It's not red. It's not blue. It's not that, you've seen fire that's so hot it goes blue, right? It goes green. It means you are not burning hot enough in your faith. You don't believe it badly enough. Someone who wants it bad enough goes and gets it. You've heard successful people ask, what do you want? And when you give, you say what it is, and you say, how bad do you want it, right? Who's been asked, how bad do you want it? Who's been asked that question before? Because that's how we know what you're going to do for it. And then who's ever heard a successful person tell you, well, you don't want it bad enough? Who's heard that before? Who's been told you don't want it bad enough? You know how they know? It's because whatever you said right before that, right? When they asked you, what are you willing to do for it? And you gave a mediocre answer, they're like, yeah, well, you don't want it bad enough. That's cool. No problem. They don't take it personally. Right? I don't take it personally. If somebody tells me I don't want it bad enough, I'm like, whoa, shit, thank you so much for letting me know. It's time to level that bitch up. It's time to turn up the heat. It's time to turn up the thermostat. Crank it up. Get the energy to another level. So here's another way to do it. Write down what you want. We're going to go through a very quick exercise. We've been visualizing. We've been talking a lot about this past couple of weeks, but this one is tactical. This one is energy-based, results-oriented. Write down what you want in the 3 arenas. Just one thing. Please do not go crazy. It's a confused mind says no. You ask for too many things, it'll be difficult to attain. Ask for one thing worth getting. This will be whatever you want. Write it down. We can go health, wealth, relationships. Just pick one category. And for some of you, it's finances. For me, yesterday, I wrote down $12 million annual income. I broke a board yesterday, by the way. Hands can't if you know I'm a ninja now. Darina broke a board too. Darina broke a board. Here's what I want to share with you about Darina, since she's not here to share the story of herself. The board she broke on the front side had her financial goal. On the back side had her fear, had her limiting belief. It had the thing that was stopping her from getting to what she wanted. Can anyone guess what that thing was? Today's wealth principle. But she did not look ahead. She didn't know today was wealth principle 27, steadiness of your faith, steadfast of your faith. What she wrote down was lack of faith. She's a very intelligent woman. She realized what was stopping her from going and get the goal that she'd written down. She wrote down $2.4 million. See, she wants my net worth. Can you blame her? She's a smart girl. She put it down. She said, I want to earn $2.4 million. And then she put on the other side, and she was very honest. She was in a moment of real clarity. She said, lack of faith. Like, that's why I can't get it. That's what's stopping me from attaining it. She doesn't believe it's possible for her. Hands to the camera, if you looked at the thing you put on your piece of paper and you recognize there may be some wavering in belief around it, which is why it hasn't come to you yet. You feel it? You feel the energy? That emotion, that little energy. Nothing wrong with it, by the way. Like, don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. This is just awareness, right? This is just a experience. So feel that energy. And by the way, I promise, anytime I make you feel or suggest you feel something negative, I will pull you out. Hands to the camera if you recognize that's true. I'm a good, moral, ethical friend. I'll take care of you. So I want you to feel the energy, feel the awareness, get used to it, right? Look at it. This way you can label it. So when it shows up, you know what it is next time. It's not just some random thing that's happening to you. I want you to recognize a lack of faith is something that can be addressed. This is something that can be addressed. It's a symptom. It is a symptom. It is a result, but it is not the result we were looking for. Hands to the camera if that's true. We weren't here to find out this emotion exists. We're here to solve. We weren't here to get the goal. We're here to get the result. So now that we know it exists, now that we know what it feels like, I want you to write down right underneath it. And actually, Fred Postmo is somebody who taught me this, which is really funny. So he says, my limiting belief is, and write that down. My limiting belief is, and for every one of you, it will be something a little different. Be a little different. My limiting belief is maybe I'm not worthy. My limiting belief is it's going to take a lot of work. Or my limiting belief is I don't know how to do it. My limiting belief is I don't have the money to do it, or the time to do it, or the relationships, or the body, or the desire. Maybe my limiting belief is I don't have the desire. Whatever it is, write it down and put your hands up when you got it. Hands up when you got it. Everybody's got it? All right. So now that you've identified what your limiting belief is it silly? Does it seem silly? Hands again if you're looking at it and you're like, hey, you know what? I didn't know that. That's a new one. That's interesting. Hands again if this is a familiar one. This is something you've seen before. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. All right? This is something we've seen in the past then. This is not new to you. Put it in the chat. If you could drop it in the chat, what your limiting belief is. This way I can address them over time. And while you're putting your limiting beliefs in the chat, I want to go back and we're going to talk about energy now. So if you identified that there's a limiting belief around what your goal is, excellent. Excellent. One, it's not real. Two, how badly do you want that goal? How badly do you want that goal? Do you want that goal? Do you want that limiting belief? Which one's more important to you? Do you want the goal or do you want your pride to be right? Do you want your ego to be right? Because that limiting belief is not true. It doesn't have to be the truth. It doesn't have to be your truth. It may be true for somebody else. And God bless them. Like, that's okay. If they want to hold on to their limiting beliefs, cool. But in this community, we move forward with faith. That you deserve what you want, that you will work towards what you want, that the right people will come to you once you open up and ask them to help you towards what you want. Hence, if you're committed to taking the right actions. Excellent. But there may be an energy situation. There may be a lack of energy around your faith. There may be a lack of energy around your belief. Here are 3 tactical tips to build your faith. I want you to write these down. I'm going to speak them very quickly because I do have to go back to a meeting to learn more myself. The first one, write down somebody who has conquered this limiting belief, somebody else, right? Write down somebody else who has conquered this limiting belief. Somebody else who's, gone through it. So let me see, Robert, my accident outcome, conviction, and license revoked. Yeah, bro. Like, have other people survived that, Robert? Or have other people? Of course they have. There's other people who've been through your situation and have survived. And then I want you to also write down, let me see, I don't believe in myself, social issues, limited relationship building. Cool. Melissa, let me tell you, I'll be the person there for you, right? I was socially awkward. I was homeschooled. I was definitely had very low self-esteem, and I didn't like people, right? Hence again, if you recognize, I run a community of over 130 people, and I love each one of you now, right? And each one of you knows that I do. Like, and you care about me, I care about you, and we're building businesses together, right? So our limiting beliefs are not real. So first, find somebody who's got it and who has crushed it. The second one, go and do the math. Go and do the math. What are the actual odds that limiting belief is even real? Like, what are the odds that thing will actually happen? The math helps so much. 3, go and do the research. Go and do the research on how you can get around that limiting belief. Go and do the research of, like, if you just threw money at it, right? So 3 different tactical ways to do this. Somebody else, find a person, do the math on whether it's likely or not, the probability of it, and then find out how it's been accomplished, how it's been surpassed, how it's been gotten past. This is a confidence builder. Here's the problem, and this is the lesson. After you eliminate that limiting belief, you will now have more energy. You have the open space to add more energy. Physical activity, music, jumping, snapping your fingers, hooking it, tying it to something. Your vision board, while looking at what your goal is. You wrote it down on a piece of paper. While looking at it, movement. Get some movement going. right? I'm sitting down in a chair, but you can see I'm moving, thinking about my goal, building 100 millionaires, right? Who's got the shirt on? I know Terry's got the shirt on. 100 millionaires, that's the goal, right? Me and Kim are rocking the names on deeds shirts, because I'm at somebody else's event right now. And by the way, whenever you go to there's Jen's got the Mission of Millions, Mitch's got Mission of Millions. Whenever you're at somebody else's event, I like to give respect, right? Especially this is an event with a speaker who's training and teaching other people, so I give respect. I don't wear my brand until day 3. I let them sell. Like I know day 1, day 2, they're gonna be selling something, so I let them sell. On day 3, I'll be wearing 100 millionaires. I'll be talking about what we do. The idea is always be respectful to the people that you're working with. You know why? You know why I can do that? Because I got faith that I attract an amazing community. I got faith that I'm building. I may already have my 100 millionaires in this room right now. I may already have the people who are going out to build 100 more millionaires. That faith allows me confidence. It allows me to be relaxed when I'm in a room with opportunities. Hands to the camera if you know your faith that what you're creating is giving you confidence. Your faith and belief in yourself gives you confidence. So we handled an objection. Guess what? It might not be the only one. It might not be the only one, and that's okay. This process will work every single time an objection comes up in your life. Use it. Use it and destroy that objection. Go through the process again and again in everything that you do. If you write something down, it has not come to you in a week or a month or a quarter or a year, it's time to handle the objections. And if you write a goal down, anytime you write a goal down, ask yourself, why can't I do this? Right? Just really quickly, just what's stopping me from this? Why can't I do this? And handle the objections early. Ask Karen if you think this would be a valuable solution, a valuable tool to use in your life. I love the chat. I love it. Yeah, Robert, I know. For anybody who sends me a message, I have an issue with boundaries, right? Anything you send to me could be used in a Zoom call live. And so let's give Robert a round of applause. You got guts, brother. Anything you send to me, man, like you're such a strong person. I know that it's going to add value to other people, right? I know. Because what you're going through, most people will never experience, right? Most people never have their careers ripped out from underneath them, their pride ripped out from underneath them, who have worked as hard as you've worked. And yet that will be one of your strengths, right? That piece is what's going to make you stronger, move fast. And I see it already in your business, right? And any of the one of the coaches who's working with you knows what I'm talking about. We see you taking action because that's who you are, because you've got to get back to where you belong. Hence, Cam, if you know what I just said to Rob is true for you too. That's right. So let's give everybody on this call a round of applause. I love each and every one of you. I want to see you successful. It takes one thing to be successful: steadfastness of your faith. Steadfastness of your faith is an undeniable tool. Now, first, you got to know where you're going, right? Clarity. Clarity is power. You got to know what you want and get more clear around it. We've been talking about clarity. Get more clear about it. There's a lot of financial pieces that you must hit. But if you don't believe in yourself, this is all you're ever going to have, right? Look around. I hope you like it. And I know you do like it because it's at least what you've created for yourself. You've allowed it to stay for this long. Awesome. Excellent. Okay. Tactical. Who wants to raise their energy of faith? Who wants to raise the level of faith to a level that has, to this point, only been factual? That was the logical side of things. We talked about raising your energy physically. Now, what I want to do is a visualization exercise because I believe this is very powerful. And before I do that, let me first say, if you're on the call, you're listening to us and you want to become a millionaire, I am currently recruiting future millionaires. I am recruiting people who want to become a millionaire, who are willing to commit the next 3 to 5 years to becoming successful. Now, I do have an entry level fee. It is $1,200. You commit to me, I commit to you. You decide that you want to be a part of this community. You decide you're willing to do whatever it takes, by the way, morally, ethically, and legally. You decide you're willing to do whatever it takes to become a millionaire. We will do whatever it takes to get you there through education, through accountability, through connecting you with the right people. Hands to the camera, if you've seen us set up each other with partnerships, we've seen each other build businesses. We've connected you with the money. We've connected you with deals. We've connected you with opportunities, with knowledge, with skills. So I'm taking applications. That's what I'm calling it now. I'm not saying sign up for the membership. I'm saying I'm taking applications for future millionaires. You decide you're ready to become a millionaire. We're the place that'll guarantee your success. Now, it may take 3 to 5 years. Hence, if you know, this is not an overnight thing. There's a lot of personal development involved. There is some work involved. But for $1,200 and your commitment, you get all of us committing back. 8 millionaires, 8 coaches. And by the way, as our community grows, more and more millionaires in the community. Wait till we get to the 100 Millionaire Summit. When live in front of everybody, I ask our millionaires to stand up. When our millionaires stand up, you get an opportunity now to identify somebody you did not know was a millionaire who could be sitting right on the side of you. And you get the opportunity to recognize that they're a normal human being, just like you and me. We breathe, we talk, we laugh, we have problems, we have pain, we have things that you can help us with. Sometimes we pay for those things. Sometimes we give you information. Sometimes we give you knowledge. 100 Millionaire Summit is October 22nd to the 24th. All of our community will be getting together in one place. We'll be in Orlando live. It's a 3-day event. We will be talking about the keys to success. We'll be talking about doubling our income. Hence the camera, by the way, if you're committed to doubling your income this year, the next 12 months, doubling your income. Yes, we will be talking about and building our business plan. Each one of you will be building your business plan to double your income this year over the next 12 months. It all starts in October. It starts the 22nd. We're going to be at the Florida Hotel, which, by the way, is fantastic. It's got a mall in it. Darina did all the research, all the work. If you're interested, go to ibuildmillionaires.com and register. Everybody who signs up to become a millionaire gets access to that event for free. So, by the way, everybody in the mentorship, hence the camp, you know, you already got a ticket. Ticket's already bought. Hell yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. The community is powerful. It is growing. Be aware. The community is growing and it's getting better and better every week, every month. More high quality, motivated, interested, successful, faithful, believing people are coming into this community. Make room for them. Make room for yourself. Make room. Attract, make them feel comfortable. Let them know that you're somebody to be working with. You're a player. You're somebody who's going to play the game well, who's going to be moral, ethical, do things legally, who's going to the next level. Let everybody who comes in here know you're a grower, right? You're growing. You're taking your business to the next level. Allow them room because these next people are willing to do the work, right? Or some of them have the money. Some of them have skills that you're missing. Make sure you're sharing what you're doing. I want everybody in here to be twice as rich as you are today. Hence, Cam, if you agree, that's a good idea. Let's get twice as rich. Hell yeah. But I want you to do it with more energy. I want you to do it with more happiness. I want you to do it in a robust manner where your spouse looks at you and says, damn, you're a whole different person. When your kids look at you and like, man, like you're way more fun, right? Or when your body looks at you in the mirror and is like, damn, this is the best you've ever looked, right? You must be rich. You be eating all that healthy food. You got more time to go to the fitness arenas, the gyms, doing whatever it is you enjoy doing. I want when you look in the mirror to be like, damn, that smile happens a little more often now. Hence the camp, if you commit to this. It's a good life. Hell yeah. So as our community grows, make room for them, right? They want to help you grow. The new members will do whatever it takes to see you successful because you're a step ahead, right? Even if you've just gone through the mentorship, you're 8 weeks ahead, right? That's it. That's all you need, just to be a little bit ahead for them to look up to you. Hence, again, if you commit to take care of the people who come through here, to pay it forward, to add value, excellent. So for anybody who's new, go to ibuildmillionaires.com, register for the 52 Weeks to Wealth. If you haven't registered for the summit, ibuildmillionaires.com/summit. If you have joined the mentorship and you want access to the hotel information, just go to ibuildmillionaires.com/summit, but you don't have to buy a ticket. The tickets are only for people who have not joined the mentorship. Hence, Camp, we understand. We know. All right, Darina asked me to double check because a couple of our members went through and bought the tickets again. People who already bought the mentorship are like, yo, I want to be at the summit. Send me the Give me the ticket. You're already registered. I promise. We said that we would do that a long time ago. Ron, is there anything I'm forgetting to mention before I bring on Mike Shine, the book of the week? We're good? Excellent. Hands together if this has been a valuable lesson so far. You believe that you could implement this. One more thing to make you excited. One more thing to level your faith up. I want you to write down in this statement, I am attaining, and then write your goal on there. And then right after that, I am working towards, I am attracting. I want every one of these sentences, and it's the same goal. I feel that this is mine. I own that this is mine. That's 5 statements of powerful statements. I see how easy this is. Right? That, what you just hit there, that's an energy block, right? As your energy was rising, you hit a little wall. Put hands to the camera if you felt it as you're writing some of those sentences down. This is the mental work. This is why yogis call it a practice, right? This is the practice. This is the game. When you hit that wall, push past it. I'm just asking for a couple more reps, right? We're in the gym, right? We're in the gym and you're putting the plates on, and I'm just asking you to do a couple more reps. Walk through this process, write those down. When I used to do something wrong in my house, I was homeschooled. My mom used to she used to have some really, really dark, evil tricks that she would do to me. She would have me write down a sentence like, I will not, talk shit or whatever. I can't remember the things I used to do, right? But she would have me write something down like, I will not talk back. I remember that one. I will not talk back to my mother. And I have to write this 100 times on a piece of paper. And I put the paper over and I write, I will not talk back to my mother. I will not talk back to my mother. I will not talk back to my mother. Unfortunately, my mom didn't understand NLP. So all my NLP practitioners, my neuro-linguistic programmers know what that means. I will talk back to my mother. The mind can't recognize the negatives. So you know what she created for herself? A highly programmed person who talks back to everybody, who always sees the devil's advocate, who always sees the other side of things. Hence, if you know, that could be a problem or a tool. It could be a tool for you. So the exercise I just gave you to write down, I am, I feel, I am creating, this is mine. I want you to do that repeatedly, right? And if it feels like homework at first, cool. This is the practice. This is how you manifest it. This is how you do it. Hence, if you've never done this before, this is new. If it seems like work, excellent, excellent. If it's different, it just might work. If it's different, if you've never done it before, it just might work. If you've done it in the past and it's been somewhat effective, do it again. Look, we're not running out of paper. We're not running out of pens. We're not running out of ink, but this will move you forward. Hands came if you're committed to at least do this today. You're at least willing to do it today. Write down your goal, 5, 10, in positive, and reframe it. I want you to change the sentences, but always positive. It doesn't have to be the same boring sentence, right? But boring does get remembered. But change it so your mind is flexing around this concept. These are 3 tactical tips, 3 tactical tools for you to raise your faith. Hands to camp if you're committed to doing this. Who's going to do it every day? Hell yeah. Who's going to do it weekly? Who's going to do it for a week? About a month? We'll see. We will see. To the extent that you focus on what you want, you will attract what you want. To the extent that you believe, you raise that energy up. And here's how I know, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before we bring Mike on. Here's how I know it works. When I got insane, when I got not normal level, not normal level of energy and faith around my millionaire status, when I got insane levels, when I got they would put me in a hospital sort of levels of insanity around it. Within 3 months, I'd hit $1 million. It took 3 months from the point of insanity, from the point of dude, I will do whatever it fucking takes, whatever it takes to get there, as long as it's moral, ethical, and legal. And within 3 months, I earned my first $100,000. 6 months, I earned my first $100,000 from the point that I made the decision But in reality, everybody knows how real estate works, 2 to 3 months to close a deal. In reality, I made it in 3 months because I closed in June, July, August, over $60,000 in real estate, 60,000 commission to me, right? And then the other 3 months, I've made up the other $40,000. And I took 3 months off that year because I hit my financial blueprint. So just be aware that all this goal stuff, if you're not setting it high enough, if you're not putting your faith out there high enough, when you hit it, you may have a little bit of a mental issue. You may have to reset. That's what the coaches are for. Hence, care for today was valuable. If you gained something, excellent, awesome. Mr. Michael Shine, the keeper of the books, Lord of the books. Mike, what is this week's book? Book of the week.
Just before I do the book, I want to know, did you really say level that bitch up?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome. All right. I wrote it down. Level that bitch up. This is the book of the week. It is The Wealthy Gardener. It is really one of my favorite books by John Safarik. Its subtitle is Life Lessons on Prosperity Between Father and Son. It's similar to Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I like it better. But it's a story, which is fun. It's nice and thick, and it's fun to read. It's a great book, and on the steadfastness of your faith. This guy, it's a cool story because it talks about Wealthy Gardener, and also the writer is a chiropractor, and he basically just through his faith gets his phone to ring. That was like my biggest takeaway from this book, that he opened a new office and then he went inside. Instead of going outside marketing, he went inside, and suddenly all this business just kept coming to him and coming to him and coming to him. So it's really about how you feel on your inside. So this book has a lot more lessons in it. It's a really nice story. It's warm. It's got a lot of cool things in it. I highly recommend The Wealthy Gardener. Probably going to read it again now that I just heard my own review. There you go.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. How good is it when you decide to read a book again because of your own damn review? That's a good review, Mike. You're on fire today. And yes, Mike's not a big swear guy, but when he catches a swear that sounds good and brings it in, I'm going to do one more for you, Mike. The first million is a bitch. The second million is inevitable. First million's a bitch. The second million is inevitable. You deserve it. Trust me. Your family deserves it. The confidence level that comes from making a million is only rivaled by keeping a million. The confidence level that comes from making a million is only ever rivaled by keeping a million. Because I've seen a lot of people make it, and I've seen a lot of people lose it. And it's easy to make and lose. Holding on to the million for this community is easy because we focus on our net worth. We focus on growing our income, and we focus on growing our net worth. And we have fun doing it. I cannot tell you how much fun I have hanging out with Mike and Mitch and Terry and Christine and Ron and Darina and Ryan. Like, I have so much fun.
And Doug.
And Doug and Kim, like every one of my millionaires, right? Anybody who's in South Coast Capital, anybody who's invested with us, with Julie, anybody who works in our company. I have so much fun hanging out with people I like, right? Like, making money, the way we do it is the right way to do it. This is the stuff the gurus talk about. This is the stuff all the books are written about. Do it with good people. That's what makes the difference. Build your business with good people. And well, in order to do that, be a good people, right? As within, so without. Start here. Be a really good, caring, loving human being who's willing to do what it takes for other people, and then go meet other people. And that's what this community is all about. This is a place for us to hang out with our friends and build businesses, get to the next level. So I want to open up to the coaches. I know Ryan doesn't actually have a soccer game, but I'm so used to, and I don't want to lose this, I'm so used to bringing him on first because he may have a soccer game. Ryan McDermott, let's get some advice. Let's give Ryan McDermott a round of applause, one of our coaches, Series 7 financial planner. He's got the knowledge, man. What was your biggest takeaway or your share for the group?
Yeah, I mean, this, I feel like I kind of, I got pretty deep into just experiencing this lesson And, this is one of those, it's not every lesson, but this is one of the ones where, I find myself not taking my own advice about thinking bigger and, just getting caught in, just getting caught in my own stuff. And that, I don't know that I have any advice, other than follow the lessons. I mean, I kind of took the feeling and seeing, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm in my own head right now.
That's some pretty good advice.
Let's give Ryan McDermott a round of applause. I think that for everybody who has not yet attained $1 million status, just recognize we all have the same demons. We're all just like, hey, every level has another devil, and we're all facing that together. That's why the 100 millionaires we're doing the 52 weeks to wealth. That's why we all still do this. Every year you're looking to double. Every year you're looking to get your incomes to the next level. Ryan is no different. Ryan came through the mentorship, became a millionaire in the process. He was already well on his way. So he was, one of our easier millionaires. And he became a coach because he saw the need to give back, and he saw that he had the ability to do that. And I think as a financial advisor, he was really well equipped to do it. And so even though each one of us, and by the way, I face the same thing. I got to double my net worth income this year. Hands to camp, that's cool, right? Like, of course, like you want the guy who's out here teaching this stuff to be doing the same thing. The day I give up on it is the day every one of you should be concerned. like I need you to show up at my house with the defibrillator, right? Wake me up. One of the reasons this community exists is to hold me accountable to my goals. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you for sharing that. You're taking this too, man. We all need it. Miss Jaworski, you're up. Actually, Terry, I know you got to jump out of here too. So I'll actually, let's go do Terry first.
All right. So thank you, Mitch, for letting me jump ahead of the line. Back probably maybe 20 years ago or so, I was in this group and I was really frustrated because I wasn't getting the results I was looking for. And a guy walked up to me, a very, very close friend of mine, a mentor of mine, said, "Faith without works is dead." And I'm like, stupid Bible stuff. Why are you saying that? And he's like, "What does that mean to you?" And I was like, "It means if you don't have faith, then you got to work harder." And he's like, "No, that's not what it means. It means if you're not seeing the results, your faith is questionable. The results proves the faith." And so what that means is if you're not seeing the results that you want, you're lacking faith, and then you're trying to do it too hard. You're trying to make it happen yourself instead of connecting to a bigger group or a bigger entity of sorts. And so whatever your faith is, if you have a relationship with some higher power, if you have a relationship with some bigger group, if you're not putting your faith in that group to help you move forward, or that higher power to move you forward, you're doing it wrong. You gotta take the action of connecting to the group, connecting to the higher power, talk about what's going on, have a relationship with it, because the relationship is going to provide the resources, whether it's emotional resources, whether it's physical resources, whether it's financial resources, to get the results you're looking for. And so this is what faith is all about. It's about opening up. We talked about a little bit in the beginning where this guy came to a networking event and wasn't sharing anything. Ye of little faith, you got to open up and know that people are here for you. We are all here for you. Christine and I have tickets to the bullet train. You got to get on the bullet train. We help you remove that trash. We help you remove the limiting beliefs so that you can actually see the results that you want so bad. So all aboard.
All aboard the bullet train of action. Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. For anybody who doesn't know, these coaches are all a part of the mentorship. This is a tool, it is an asset that you get. If you're in the mentorship and you haven't reached out to the coaches, shame on you. Reach out to the coaches, shoot them a text, schedule them, get some time with them. Speaking of coaches whose time is extremely valuable, Mitch Jaworski, you're up.
Yes, sir. Terry segued into my quote perfectly, talking about faith. So some of you guys have probably seen this quote floating around, and I think it's perfectly fitting. And it essentially says, the universe never gives us a dream that matches our budget. It's not checking your bank account, it's checking your faith.
Mic drop. Listen to that. Let's give Mitch Chorsky a round of applause. I feel like you're the rapper from the future, just coming back and giving us the deliverance. You're like,
Not a rap quote this time, just a regular one.
that's what disappointment. The only thing that disappointment was that it's not a rap quote, but you find the quotes that fit the principle. So valuable. Say that one for us again, Mitch, if you could.
Let me look at it again because my memory is not great. I mean, my memory is awesome. That's what I meant to say.
Positive affirmation. Let's go. We actually just went
So-
through that in the training we're at.
And you can read this other way. Some people put God instead of universe. I use universe. So you can also read it as God never gives you a dream that matches your budget. He's not checking your bank account. He's checking your faith. So it's interchangeable depending on what your beliefs are. But either way, like they said in the Wham 80 song, you gotta have faith.
One more time. Let's give Mitch Chorsky a round of applause. Extremely valuable. Dr. Terry, we don't have Christine there, do we? All right. Michael Shine, I know you gave us the book of the week. What would be your piece of advice on faith, your experience with it?
Yeah, so for me, I've been doing journaling like almost every day for a few years now. And when you talk about like T. Harv Eker's wealth files and what your brain says to you constantly, journaling has helped me to put faith in what I write as my affirmation. So I write every day, I'm a money magnet. Money flows to me easily, often and abundantly in God's perfect way. And I really feel that that's just a constant reminder that gives me more and more faith that I'm heading in the right direction and that what I'm doing is the right thing. And it's actually the proof.
I'm not frozen, right?
It's really happened that way. So it's amazing. So,
Awesome.
yes,
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause.
Yep. Peace.
At this point, I want to open it up to questions. Hands to the camera, by the way, if the information from the coaches at the end is pretty fire, it's powerful. Remember, these are other millionaires. These are millionaires who are looking at this objectively from their own business, from their point of view. That's why I love these last sections, because I can't wait to hear what my buddies are thinking on the topic I just got to share my value. Hands to the camera if you have a question for us, if you would like to ask a question or more detail on faith. If you have a question on faith, or you can unmute your mic and just ask.
Did you forget about me?
Oh, there he is. Doug, I couldn't see you, bro.
Oh.
Hold on. I've got one more. But wait, there's one more.
But wait, there's more.
The great Doug, I'm on a laptop. My excuse is I'm here in Orlando.
I'm on a phone. I'm also not with you guys because if I was if I hadn't been here, I'd be with you guys.
Yeah.
So everything you said, obviously brilliant. Ditto to all the coaches. And the other thing to go to quotes, faith of a mustard seed will move mountains, right? So at the end of the day, it starts with that faith in yourself, and that's confidence. And the one thing that I, notice with the most successful people is their absolute confidence in themselves, in their belief and in their faith, because there's a difference between faith and belief. So you could believe something is possible, but the faith is that unseen. It's getting to the untangible. It's connecting to that biggerness, and borrow the faith from this group. Like, that's why it's so important to be part of the group, part of the mentorship, coming to the summits, all of that. I mean, look, you're at another one right now because you understand the power of representing yourself and getting, and it's a way to borrow faith by witnessing other people, finding the models. So yeah, I mean, see, the more you can immerse yourself in that environment with other people of faith, other people getting results, then you have more of those confidence builders and you start to see the results. But first foremost is belief in yourself, that faith in yourself, faith in something bigger than you, and that you're here for a reason is what I gathered from today. And that's all I have to say about that.
Let's give Doug McGurk a round of applause. He studied with the great Tony Robbins, traveled with him for over 3 years. And so when Doug gives some suggestions, he always does it from a place of the heart, from a place of experience when it comes to making sure that you're getting through with things. Hands to the camera if you know our coaches care. They want to see you do well. They care more about your success in some cases than you care yourself. They will go out of their way. They will stretch for you. Please don't make them. Please meet them at least halfway. Get to that point. I was having a conversation with a kid last night who, by the way, this is how this works. And what Doug just said is so true. We were at a networking event. We went out to the pool. Darina wanted to go do the pool thing. And so I invited Andrew and Amy and a couple of my friends from this event. And I told them I will answer whatever questions you want. In fact, Darina was wearing Hot Tub Business Plan. That was the shirt she was wearing. So I was like, guys, we're going to go do Hot Tub Business Plan. Let's go hang out. And I answered question after question after question after question for 2 hours straight. And then a new group came over. Later, Christine. Bye, Terry. Let's give them a round of applause. Another group came over and added to what we were doing. And they started asking me questions, asked about this community, asked about our process for building millionaires. And I delivered. And I delivered. Before I knew it, I had 8 people around me asking questions about how to become successful. And then we got kicked out. They told us we can't be at the pool area anymore. But the guy who's kicking us out said something very interesting. He said, hey, you guys can't be here any longer unless you include me in the conversation. What are you talking about that is keeping everybody so engaged? You guys haven't moved for the last 2 hours. Like nobody's moved. Like, what is this? And I said, we're building millionaires. And he gets on the radio and he brings his buddy over. And his buddy comes over and he's like, dude, like these guys are millionaires. Like they're building wealth. Like they're in, like these 2 kids were following everybody on Instagram. They're following all the money makers on Instagram. Like they wanted it bad enough. And he was smart enough to ask what we were doing. And then we talked to them till midnight. They were trying to kick us out at 9 o'clock. But once we'd let them know what we were doing, they asked question after question after question. This is something people are interested in, but it's the right people. And this is something that we will talk about for as long as we know the questions are being asked, as long as there are answers to be had. We care. Right? The event ended at 5 o'clock. My night didn't end till 12 o'clock. And I had to be at the event again this morning at 8 o'clock. Hands to camera if you recognize it doesn't leave a lot of time for sleep. No. But I learned a long time ago, I don't need sleep, but I do care about other people. I do want to see this mission move forward. I do want to see you be successful. I'll sleep when I die. But while I'm alive, I want to make sure that we're doing whatever it takes to move you forward. I want to make sure that if there's somebody who has a question, it's getting asked and it's getting answered. Hands to the camera if you're committed to your success as much as we are. If you know you're willing to meet us halfway. Let's bring the game to the next level. Life is a game. If anybody tells you otherwise, they're mistaken. There are levels to this game. There are levels of fun. There are levels to relationships. There's levels to enjoyment. There are levels to wealth. At every level, there may be another devil, but I'll tell you this, we will equip you to take it out. We will equip you with the tools. We will equip you with the skill sets, with the people, with the emotional ability so that you can get to that next level. And every level not only has a devil, it has rewards with it that will help you keep leveling up. So I'm glad to have you in the community. I'm thankful for your success. I'm thankful for your commitment to yourself. Before we hang up, I want to open it up to any questions. Is there anything that we talked about today or in one of the other wealth principles or maybe in your business that we could answer, that we could help you out on? And I'll precurse that with this. If there are no questions, you're not taking enough action. Because when you take action, you run into problems.
I really don't have a question, but it's crazy. Like I remember, it couldn't have been. It's less than a year that I met you and we met, and my net worth was close to zero. And I told you I didn't know anything about real estate, but I know that's the way for me to get wealthy. And now, I mean, hell, I got deals going down. I got my realtor's license. I got money in the bank, a lot more money in the bank than I've ever had before. And my net worth has gone up. I'm not going to say what it was because it's pretty embarrassing. It's gone up 3 times, 4 times from when I originally met you. And, I just, for anybody that hasn't signed up, like, you can do it. And Walter and his people help. And I've met with, a lot of people in the community, and it's just amazing. So thank you, Walter. I appreciate it.
Let's give Peter Brown a round of applause. You can't ask for a better testimonial. And I actually got to meet Peter in person at one of our cigar events. Just an amazing, amazing, amazing person. His situation with his daughter, with his wife, with his business, with his mindset. Just this guy is a champion. I'm saying it now, but he will be one of the fastest millionaires we've ever built. One, because he got to start so low, so that that gives him a big advantage. And then two, because of his mindset, his energy, and how quickly he committed to this community, how quickly he engaged, how quickly he decided, I'm just going to leverage people. I'm going to ask people for what I'm looking to create, and I'm going to share with people where I'm going. Hence, can't you recognize you got to make room for other people to help you. If you don't make room, they're not going to know. They're not going to know how they can serve. Every person who becomes successful wants to help other people become successful. Every person who is building a business wants to help other people. That's how we build our business. Make room. Allow people to help you. Let people know where you're going. One more time around, Peter Brown, future millionaire, on his way. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, brother. What else? What else? Questions? Comments?
Okay.
Julie Bradley. Oh, Elizabeth. All right, Elizabeth unmuted faster, but Julie, you're right up there.
It's quick, and I want to say this is a great community. I love the community, and I've been investing for a little while before this. So how to get over or get past past experiences that weren't as positive. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or anything like that, but it's that tainted partner relationship where you haven't found that right match, and that's kind of where the goal is to have that going forward. There's where my faith is a little faltering, right? I know there's a perfect match out there, but haven't quite had that good experience yet.
Yeah, it's a lot like dating, and that's a great question for Elizabeth. Finding that right partner is a lot like dating. Ron and I, we joke all the time. We're more committed than most marriages, right? Because we're tied financially, we're tied in our business, and but he and I, we courted each other for like 2 years, right? Like we'd meet, we'd ask each other questions, we worked together in a business. He was an agent, I was an agent, and we worked together in the same brokerage. And but I watched him develop. I owned the team, and I watched him develop, and he had faith in what I was doing. And so over time, we just kind of set these boundaries and said, hey, would this work? But it takes time. You don't rush into a partnership. Hire slow, fire fast. Take your time with it. Pool people. You can use strategic partners until you find that right partner that you really would be willing to commit to and go all in on things. Most of the deals Ron and I do with other people are not true 50-50 partnerships. They're strategic partnerships. We're testing it out. We're seeing even this mentorship, even this community is a test. It's okay. We're going to give you some, you give us some, and we'll see. Do you develop to be somebody who can take us to the next level? Do you develop into something more? So Elizabeth, be okay with the process and be open to it too. Just know the right partner is out there for you. And it may be multiple partners, right? Seriously, you will make more money with more intelligent people. More people who are motivated, skilled, have more resources. So be open to multiple partnerships, right? This is not like a relationship with your spouse. This is your business, right? Polygamy is okay in the business world. Does that make sense? And it's okay to get divorced in the business world too. If you find out that they're not going to work out, you're not stuck there for the next 20 years, right? Make a quick decision. Make sure both people are left amicably, right? Ron and I know if ever there's a time, by the way, and I'm staying in the business for life, but if there's a time where he gets old enough where he's like, bro, I want out, I know that it's my responsibility to put a plan in place so that he's financially set for the rest of his life. Him and his daughters are set the rest of their lives. Be that kind of person when you're looking for your partner, Elizabeth. Be that kind of person who leaves room for the partner to leave, right? You're not stuck with them. But also always, and Ron knows I'm good at this too, always leave enough fruit in the tree where they want to stay with you forever. Does that make sense? Make it fun enough. Make it rewarding enough. Give them, and like sometimes I overwork Ron, sometimes I overwork myself, right? Nobody's overworking me, but I'll overwork me. But when I see myself overworking Ron, I solve the problem, you know? By the way, Ron, you don't have to respond to all my messages on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. Found somebody last night who's going to take care of it for me. So let's give Ron a round of applause for saying, fuck no, I'm not doing it. Good partner. Elizabeth, did I answer the question? Yeah, it's just like dating. Have faith in the process.
Thank you. Well, yeah. Anyway, okay, thank you very much.
Okay, all right. It's also just like dating. Recognize you're worthy, right? You're beautiful. You're valuable, right? You deserve that person. In fact,
I haven't had a good track record there either. So
that's why I'm saying it to you. That's why I'm saying it. Recognize your value as a human being and recognize that you're okay with somebody coming into your life. It works in dating, it works in business, but also law of detachment. Be 100% okay if they don't. Be 100% okay with however that happens. Unyielding in the result, unyielding in the quality you're requiring, unyielding in the faith that they exist, knowing that they do exist. This community. When I started building it, I was concerned about quality, and then I changed that in my head, and I said, no. All I attract is amazing, motivated, caring, loving people who do things morally, ethically, and legally. And that's all we've attracted. Hands to the camp, you recognize, you look around the room, you're like, damn, every person in here is committed to their success as long as it's moral, ethical, legal, and they're committed to the success of others. You can do that with your spouse. You can do that with a business partner. Decide that's who you attract. Decide you only attract the right person for you, wants to move you forward, and they're going to be so amazing that you want to move them forward. I told Ron when I met him as my business partner, I said, I will make you filthy fucking rich. Just hang in there with me. I also pre-framed it and said it might get bumpy. It might be a bumpy ride. It's not always going to be easy, but I will do whatever it takes to make sure you and your daughters are taken care of, no matter what, non-negotiable. Right? And even though he and I have had bumpy moments, we've had rough patches. As Ron likes to say, he says, we've been in tight spots, but good situations. We're in a good situation. We're just in a tight spot. We've been in those moments. And then when we get out of those, we're in a freaking fantastic spot because we're willing to hold our own, to defend the border, to take the attack when it was necessary, to cut down the rations sometimes. So your partner has to be able to do that. And in fact, your partner will enjoy doing that because they'll know that together you're getting to the next level. Hence to the camera if you know that's true. Those people exist. I promise. I promise. We attract them. This community attracts them. So let's give Elizabeth Miller a round of applause. Great question. And great questions create great lesson opportunities for everybody else. Thank you, Elizabeth. Julie Bradley, you're up. And by the way, for everybody who's in the mentorship meets at 12 o'clock today. Make sure you get some food before you head over. If you're going there physically live in person, awesome. There may be room for you to eat there, but I would pick something up on your way over. And if you're on Zoom, make sure you just have something to eat and make sure your mic is working properly. Make sure your camera's on. The mastermind is designed to help you become a millionaire, to help you get to that next level. If you want to move faster, that's why you joined it. So we take it very seriously. I'm here at a live event in Orlando. So fortunately, I've got somebody even better, because that's who I surround myself with, even better running the mastermind for me today. So Dr. Terry Wager will be running the mastermind. And after this, you may never want me back again. But unfortunately, I love running the mastermind way too damn much. So, but I may learn a lesson or a thing or two from Terry. So Julie Bradley, go ahead.
Thank you, Walter. I just wanted to state my biggest takeaway, because when I came into and did my mentorship, I focused on handling my fear and getting control of that to catapult me through to new levels. And through this exercise, writing down a limiting belief has identified that I'm still dealing with some doubt and some indecision. So any tools that the coaches would like to share on dealing with those two, I mean, because sometimes you just focus on one out of the three, but you really have to eliminate all three before your faith comes through.
Great question. Any coaches want to jump on that one? I'll take it. Mitch, go ahead. You got it.
No, I was just laughing because I was my first thought was, if Terry was here, he would have jumped on it right away.
First thing out of his mouth, you need to work with me.
Right. Well, and then the other thing is an expectation that those aren't going to be there is a problem. It's more embracing and appreciating where that's coming from. So, okay, so I'm having this indecision, or I'm having this challenge of faith. What is that protecting me from? And embrace it. And then, as to your point earlier, Walter, is putting a label on it. Okay, now I could step away. This is just what I'm experiencing right now. Thank you for sharing. And take the next step. Then the next step would be, okay, question it, right? Is this really true? Whatever's behind it. And also, who do I need to reach out to right now? You know, if I'm already on the bullet train, then, well, that's what it's there for. If I'm in the mentorship, that's what it's there for. If I'm in the mastermind, it's to reach out to your resources, because once you have someone else have the other perspective to say, oh, here's where that is, just like you're bringing it up now, you go, oh, okay. Like, first of all, to even think that I'm never going to have some sort of opportunity to be indecisive or feel some challenge or resistance is insane, because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and doing it anyway.
Very powerful. And since Doug took that question, it reminds me that Doug is probably the right coach for you to get a call to, Julie. He's the king of hypnosis. And if you're having a consistent block, if you're getting something that comes up consistently for you, hypnosis will remove it. So if fear is one of those concerns, if you have limited beliefs and you're not finding you're able to get rid of them with the tricks that we use today, reach out to Doug. What is it? What is the website, Doug, for your free?
Guidedhypnotic.com.
Guidedhypnotic.com. Could somebody put that in the chat for anybody else who's looking to just click on the link? It's https://www.guidedhypnotic.com, and he's got free hypnosis tracks on there. But my suggestion is have a conversation, especially if you're in the mentorship, have a conversation with Doug and let him know what your fears are, what your concerns are, and allow him the opportunity to work you through it.
And you go to chatwithdoug.com.
Leverage. Oh,
chatwithdoug.com. You can get my Calendly.
Chatwithdoug.com. Holy shit, you just put that on Facebook Live. So you're welcome.
Thank you. Quality problem.
Serve, right? Hands to the camera if Julie asks great questions. I feel like every week she's got something. Awesome. Julie, that's because you're taking action. You're taking action, you're growing. I do want to get back to the event I'm at, but I want to make sure that all questions are answered. Are there any more questions or things that come up for you? Something they like to ask one of the coaches.
Galter.
Thanks. Go ahead, Annie. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. I know you guys haven't seen me in a while, but I really came in to just say thank you, because I've been doing off-market deals. You know, I took your mentorship back in December, and I was like basically getting no's left and right. I read all the books you told me. The Science of Getting Rich basically came true for me. I put in an offer on a 3-family that's literally within, sorry, I just lost everybody, within a mile from I would say within 10 minutes, and my offer was approved. So it's like a new beginning for me. I'm actually getting a 3-family, 9 beds, 3 baths. I'm ecstatic. Like I'm so happy.
Annie Santana came through the mentorship. She did everything she was told.
Yeah,
and she has results.
Yep.
Even though she didn't know it was possible. Let's give Annie a round of applause. Amazing.
If I got the HELOC like I was told, if I didn't have my HELOC, this wouldn't have been possible through the mentorship. I want to also thank Mitch Strowski, because I use his calculator. I learned how to calculate. Running deals through that every day. I have a new passion. I love running numbers. And
listen to that affirmation. I
of
love
a new
that.
beginning for me. So that's why it's not just the 1-3 family, it's the new beginning. Like, I didn't think it was possible. The comps in the area is 650 for a 3 family. I got in at 525, but market rents are 1,800. And it was on the MLS, and somebody offered 100,000 over, but it was an FHA, and the guy took my deal because he wants it. He's doing a 1031. So the science of getting rich literally worked for me. I'm so ecstatic that I just want to thank you guys. Best $1,000 spent. When I close, I'm going to put that on Facebook, but I just don't want any bad vibes because we don't close until September.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Annie positive vibes right now that it is closing.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Annie, it's okay if the closing date moves. By the way, I just had one of my closings move. Mike Stein's actually my attorney, and he's like, hey, look, sorry, nothing we can do about it. The lender is the one slowing us down. My closing date is now August 19th. It's supposed to be this week. I was, supposed to cash in $200,000, put in my bank account, probably buy some crypto with it. And it shifted. It's okay. If it shifts, Annie, it will close. I promise you. You've done the work, and I just follow the steps, follow the process. One more time, let's give Annie a round of applause. And thank you for the testimonial. It means a lot for anybody who's listening and is questioning whether this is real. When they hear somebody real say, hey, look, my situation, right?
No, it's real. It would have never happened if I didn't take it. I read the books. I read tons of books, Blue Fishing, this Foundational 5, everything. The Something Makes a Difference, whatever, everything. And then I lived it. I wanted it so bad. And somehow it fell from the sky. This 3 family that's within 10 minutes from my house. It's amazing. It just validated everything for me. And I wouldn't have known how to run numbers. I wouldn't have known how to, to do all this. And it happened. Huge.
Two things happened for Annie.
New beginning.
She decided she was worthy. Once she decided she was worthy.
Yep.
And she took action. For somebody who's worthy, $1,000 is nothing.
Nope, that's
$1,000. Believe in
$1,000.
themselves. $1,000 is small investment, right?
Game changing.
And then she committed to the actions, and she's shown up every single week. She's done the activities every single week. And even though some of the calls, we may not see her, she's taking the action. She's showing up. She's doing it. People who are successful take massive action now, and they show up, right? There's showing up is non-negotiable in life. You want success, show up. You want success, you got to be there for it. And she put in the offer. That's showing up. At the closing date, she's going to show up at the closing, right? With the check.
Yep. And I'm going to post it on the website. A big shout out to everybody. I just can't wait. I can't wait. So thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And for anybody who ever asks me how you can help me, do what Annie's doing right now. Do what Julie's doing. Do what everybody on this call is doing. Be successful. That's all I ask. Just follow the process. Do what we're teaching you. Be successful. The biggest thing that you can add for me is a referral. So be successful first, right? Hands if you recognize that's true. Your success helps me with my mission of building 100 millionaires. So thank you, Annie. That awesome way to end the call. Thank you, each one of you, for your dedication to yourself. Thank you for your dedication to your family, to your community, to your business, to growing yourself, to getting to that next level. Because each time you do, you could be inspiring somebody else who you don't even know yet. Every level you go through, every task you figure out, every new objection, new hurdle that you handle could be the one lesson that somebody else needs to hear from you. So be thankful you're the one going through it. Don't look at the challenge and say, man, I wish this was going away, right? Jim Rohn used to say this. Look at the challenge and say, how can this make me better? How will this create a new opportunity for somebody else? Once I've accomplished this, what chapter in my book am I writing right now? Every time life throws something at you, be thankful for the opportunity. Be thankful for the opportunity. Be thankful you were chosen to take this on because you are worthy. You are capable of handling it. In fact, nobody else is capable. That's why God sent it your way. You're the one who's going to be able to figure it out, find the positive in it. And when you find the positive, you're going to send it to somebody else so that they don't have to go through the things that you went through. Hands to if you make that commitment. We're building 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires because it's the right thing to do. We're going to help more people. We're going to make the world a better place. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. Love you guys.